Boston Celtics could be getting some bad news if Brad Stevens decides to leave Boston for this new position. We're going to break that down here in the first half of the show. On the back half, All-Star Weekend sucked. Let's just all be real. Nobody really wanted to watch it. I wasn't interested. I actually watched the Four Nations hockey tournament over the All-Star Weekend, but what would it look like if Boston hosted the events? Well, we're going to break that down in the second half of the show. But I want to see if you guys watched All-Star Weekend or if you didn't watch the All-Star Game. Like this video if you did not watch. I didn't watch. Producer Smitty said that he watched it. And a couple of the players like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum said, yeah, we thought the format was kind of cool. But overall, I just think these events keep going downhill. If you guys agree with me, go on ahead, hit that thumbs up button for me. Let's talk a little bit about news around sports. We're talking about college basketball here. Indiana and men's basketball coach Mike Woodson are in discussion about the coach's wishes to step away at the end of the season. Allie, why are we talking about this? Is it because it's All-Star break and there's no NBA games? Number one, yes. But also, it's because there are now rumors that Brad Stevens may be leaving his position with the Celtics to go be the next head coach in his hometown of Indiana. Obviously, this is the Hoosiers' dream for him to go and coach and become the next face of that franchise. But overall, there's no point in talking about this anymore. Brad Stevens completely shut it down, and these rumors are 110% false. Brad Stevens does not want to be the next coach of Indiana, at least not right now. So the good news is we don't have to dive too deep into it because it looks like the genius that is Brad Stevens is smart enough to know what he has right now in Boston. Here's what he had to say. I thoroughly appreciate being a Celtic, and I love the people I get to work with every day. Oh, Brad. While that's so heartwarming, it is also really important to notice that there is no report of the Indiana athletic director also reaching out to Brad Stevens. So that has to happen for this to start rolling, for to happen for Brad Stevens to become the next head coach. Number one, he doesn't want to. Number two, the AD hasn't even taken the legal steps to reach out to Brad Stevens about becoming the next head coach. So it is false. And you guys can always trust it right here. And if you are glad that Brad Stevens is staying in Boston, because let's be honest, no other GM could manage a team like this. Nobody could make this team as great as they are. So go on ahead and like this video if you're glad that we have Brad. Up next, let's talk about All-Star Weekend possibly coming to Boston in the future and how it was just poop. I didn't enjoy it. But first, let me tell you guys what I do enjoy. That is PrizePicks, the #1 daily fantasy sports app in America. I'm playing it. You already know Smitty's playing it. And over 10 million active users are playing it right now across 30 different states, including Cali, Georgia, Florida, and Texas. I know we're taking a little bit of a break from NBA games here this week, but if you guys are looking to make some for hockey, college basketball, or maybe even a little bit of NASCAR, this is where you guys need to make your picks. Keep in mind, games do ramp up around Wednesday and Thursday for basketball and professional league, but I've become really interested in this Four Nations tournament. I mean, 3 fights in 9 seconds. That got me tuned in, so I wanted to cheer on USA here a little bit. So I'm going to have Matt Boldy to have more than 2 shots on goals. I'm going to have the Joker and LeBron James doing their thing as well. If you guys want to mix and match, you can choose numerous different teams and players, collegiate or professional, and you can make your picks right now. All you guys have to do is download the PrizePicks app. Use promo code CLNS. This should give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Download the PrizePicks app. Use promo code CLNS. This will give you guys $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Don't even need to win to get that $50. It's guaranteed. PrizePicks. Run your game. The Bay Area hosted this year's All-Star Weekend, and it was, that looks like Gillette Stadium. I'm going to be honest. It is completely empty. Nobody is in attendance to watch the skills challenge, which the Spurs pretty much forfeited, the dunk contest, thank you, Mac McClung, or the All-Star game, which of course was now a mini tournament. This is not what it would look like in Boston, but we wouldn't know because we haven't hosted since the 1960s. Oh my God, this was before my parents were alive. was the last time All-Star Weekend got the fame, got the fortune in Boston. And then a All-Star this year, our very own Jaylen Brown said, why isn't it in Boston? Why haven't we been selected to host? He said, I think the fans, we've got the craziest fans in the world. So I think they would enjoy it. It kind of seemed like it was a little empty in here tonight, obviously talking about the Chase Center and being in San Francisco. And I don't think in Boston that would happen. If we bring the All-Star game to Boston, I would love to be there. And I think it would be great for the game. And I absolutely agree. Over the last couple of years, thanks to Jason Tatum, we have made constant appearances in the Eastern Conference Finals. We've always been in the postseason. And most recently, we won the NBA Finals. So now it's time that we get on this list. Unfortunately, it can't be in the next 2 years because the Los Angeles Clippers and the Phoenix Suns do have those reservations. So it'll stay on the West Coast for the next 2 seasons. And hopefully, Boston will still be championship relevant in 2028, 2029, and 2030. So if you guys want the Boston Celtics to host NBA All-Star Weekend like this video, if you want it to happen. I mean, think of the city. Think of the fans. It would be the perfect opportunity to have a little celebrity love in that city. But here is what it would take. Sports Illustrated kind of broke this down, saying Boston not being the host since the 1960s. This is likely because Boston, for all its wonderful traits, is not particularly optimized to host large groups like the All-Star Game would demand. But as long as the Celtics remain championship contenders, TD Garden will be a candidate for All-Star activities. And I will admit that there has been some rumors about possibly making expansions to TD Garden or making renovations to this, but obviously with the new owner coming in, that may be postponed. But Boston has a scheduling conflict in 2028. They didn't specify what it was, but knowing we do share that stadium with the Boston Bruins and they had the same season as this basketball does, maybe that's where that conflict does arise. The Celtics are currently up for sale, so maybe that new owner might not put their name into the ring just yet, but the current president said they are possibly trying for the 2029 slate. And here is what the Sports Business Journal had to say, is that the Celtics are targeting 2029 in their quest to host Boston's first NBA All-Star game since, once again, 1964. Celtics president Rich Gotham said that the team, City of Boston, and the state of Massachusetts are all on the same page and in collaboration with the Celtics All-Star application. It took 16 years to hang up banner 18, but now it's finally there. And the Celtics are real contenders, if not the favorite in Vegas to go back-to-back and hang up banner 19. The City of Boston deserves this. Right now, the Red Sox trying to get up there, trying to get back to a championship parade. The Bruins in that same bubble. The Patriots, oof. But Boston, the Celtics is what is giving this city life, and they need to be rewarded. So let me know. Would you attend? Would you make it look different than the Chase Center if the All-Star Weekend did end up coming to Boston? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Let me know if you guys would get tickets to go see this event. And as always, go on ahead and hit that sub button for me if you guys want all things and everything Boston Celtics.